What's up, fam? How's everybody doing? Happy weekend, everybody. I hope this video finds everybody well and getting rested or getting ready to go out and do something fun. It's been a good week. Ah, you know what this is. This is the pull list. We are back. We got three hot comics for you that I have scoured the pull list from. I scoured the piles. I scoured the comic shops. Not really. I just added them to my subscription and just had them handed to me because these looked actually pretty damn cool. Um, but yeah, three hot comics. You know the rules. Three awesome ones suggestions for you, and we go from there. How about we get into it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, First off, you guys know I'm kind of in love with this series. Like, I super love cosmic stories, and I super love anything dealing with galactic adventures. The wilder, the better. And so I'm super in love with Boom Studios right now as they keep bringing this out. I'm talking right now about Joyride. Joyride number 6. This one actually really kicks the series in a good direction for me. Katrin, Uma, Dwayne, and Kolstak are on this mysterious alien ship. They've been flying around. They've been having adventures. They've gotten into a lot of trouble. They've escaped a planet of mountains having sex. And now it's like, what's next for them? Well, for DeWitt, it's discovering what's going on with the ship. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand anything. He is really lost. And after the events of last issue, he needs something to keep him grounded and something to move him forward. And congratulations, he's found it. It's just not what he's expecting. This one's kind of more of an emotional issue because it's as much as the series has been about the three of them, as much as it's been about Uma and her impulsiveness leading them on this journey. This issue is about Dwayne. I still don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. It's about D and him finding his place in all of this now. So now it's about him figuring it out, and it is really good. My other favorite part about this is the ending. There's something mysterious going on with Kolstek and this ship. There's something bigger to this story, and you don't know what it is yet. But I have a feeling it's gonna get better. It's gonna get louder, and it's just gonna get so awesome. So pick up Joyride. Add this to your pull list. Add this to your series. This is an awesome, awesome read. I can't wait for the next issue. Um, Marvel Civil War is still raging on. Still doesn't look like it's coming anywhere near a close because they just keep pushing it on back, pushing it on back, pushing it on back. Um, but in the meantime, there are some actually interesting stories that are still coming out, even though they're tie-ins to Civil War. One of those stories right now, Uncanny Inhumans. If you've been keeping up with anything in the Civil War, you know the Inhumans have this guy, this Ulysses, as you were, that he can predict the future. Although it's kind of murky how he's actually doing it, and as we go on, we learn more and more about it. We learn more and more about how dangerous it is, and how not right it kind of feels for a lot of the universe, for the Marvel universe. So it's kind of rough. But in the meantime, Tony kind of screwed up, went and kidnapped Ulysses because he was curious about how his powers worked. The Inhumans then said, you know what? Let's declare a little war on Tony Stark. Medusa wanted to keep it personal, just on Tony. But for some members of the Inhuman, that wasn't enough. Triton. So they decided to attack more of Tony's assets, and that includes his people, which was a huge mistake. Medusa claimed innocence. Tony didn't believe it, and now we have this issue of the Uncanny Inhumans. Tony is pissed. Tony takes over Atlantean. Yeah, I'm just horrible with names, and demands Medusa surrender. This entire book is just it's just so much fun. It's not like the greatest thing in the world, but I thought it was fun because at the beginning of the book, you see Tony take the Inhuman throne, and it's hilarious. He's just that kind of guy. He's not satisfied with just having a little war with Captain Marvel. He's got to piss off the Inhuman royal line too. So if you're gonna do it big, right, Tone? God. Well, anyway, this one is awesome because as this one wraps up this whole storyline between the Inhumans and the Invincible Iron Man, there are a lot more questions coming for the Inhumans. What's next? How do they rebuild? How do they fix this? And more importantly, how does Medusa finally get her shit straight? Because she really needs to. Tony even calls it on it. So if you like the Inhumans or you like Iron Man, there's plenty of both of them in this. Check it out. And now for my number one, my favorite this week, which I didn't know how I would feel about, but it turns out I love it. It is awesome. It is glorious. It is the weirdest thing ever, and I think it is appropriate. For the longest time, Doctor Doom has been a thorn in the Marvel Universe side. He has been 9 times out of 10 the center of anything horrible that could happen, any big evil, any big cosmic altering event, anything that could like change the way things work. It's him. He is the center of it. He's been like the antagonist to Reed Richards forever. And now it's like he's asking the questions, what do I do? Well, he's going to answer that question now in infamous Iron Man. What do you do? What is the man who has went to hell, reclaimed his mother's soul and brought her back? The man who has constantly gone to war with the Fantastic Four, constantly tried to dominate the Marvel Universe, constantly tried to control the world. What does he do now? Well, if you can tell by this book, he decides to become a hero and save the world. At the end of Secret Wars, it turns out Reed Richards did something nice for Doctor Doom, even though Doctor Doom completely screwed the pooch and attempted to dominate everything. He healed Doctor Doom's face, and in a way, he healed Doctor Doom's soul. So now Victor is going around trying to correct some mistakes. He's trying to be a hero. He's trying to be a good person. And his first step on the agenda, interfering with Tony Stark's life and trying to do everything he can to make Tony Stark see the bigger picture. Kind of failed. Not really. He kind of succeeded. There's a lot of stuff going on. We still don't know what the hell happens to Tony in Civil War, but it's not looking good. And now he's at the point where he's like, what do I do? How do I move forward? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll become Iron Man. All right, cool. No, it's actually really good. It's actually really good. Trust me on this one. Doctor Doom as Iron Man actually kind of makes some sense. This version of Doctor Doom is so good. This entire issue doesn't really have much of him in the Iron Man role, but it has him in the role of now I am a hero. You saw what I was as a monster, as a dictator, as someone completely evil. Let me show you what I can do on the other side of the coin. I'm looking forward to this one. This one is getting put on my permanent poll list. This one was actually really good. So damn good. Plus, I really like his version of the armor. It's just silver and green. I don't know. There's something about Doctor Doom's armor is just awesome. So with that being said, add this to your poll list. If you like Iron Man, poll list, because it's just a different take on him. If you've ever been a fan of Fantastic Four, it belongs on your poll list. Also, there's a hint at what happens to, because you know the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're getting struck on Earth now. They don't have a way out. And people have been wondering what happens to some of the cast. There's a big hint at the end of this one, so take this out. Check it out. Check it out. Yes. But with that being said, those are my polls for the week. It's a little long in the video, a little long in the tooth, but I think it was good. Check those books out. If you have any other suggestions for me, let me know. I would happily read any other books for you. It helps me adjust my pull list, because your pull list should be fluid, always changing. If there's something you don't like, don't keep reading it just because. Drop it. Keep it moving. But, you know, we'll see. So with that being said, like this video, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell a complete stranger, shove it in the face, say, hey, you need to check this out. I would be appreciative of that. Thank you. So with that, I'm out of here. Go. Have a good weekend, guys. I will see you soon. See you next week with more polls. And maybe I'll have some of your new favorite books. See ya.